Why, hello, everybody. This is Eric Vierthaler of Vierthaler Studios back again for the next episode of Sit Down by the Fire. I'm here with my next special guests. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Ethan, and this is Jesse. We're the creators of Tripped Out Terror over on Whitefox Designs, our channel.
But yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. And I also want to thank you too for taking time out of your day to be here.
No, thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, certainly. Of course, anytime. But yeah, so I guess my first question is, what inspired the creation of Tripped Out Terror?
A lot of the old 80s horror movies I grew up watching, like Friday the 13th, Evil Dead, and a little bit of the stoner comedies that were thrown in there.
Yeah.
Cheech and Chong, Jay and Silent Bob.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the perfect opportunity, it felt like, with my class, New Media 2. I was able to get access to many cameras I could not be able to afford without at least a decent loan. So,
Right, yeah, and yeah, like, you know, some of those shots that you got in the movie, I'm like, wow, like for a budget that was that low, it was incredible.
I feel like we might have put in maybe $500 max into that.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You go on.
But yeah, so with that $500 you mentioned, where did most of that go? Like for the film's budget?
Special effects.
Special effects, honestly. Figuring out cameras, getting a good storage device to have all the footage, props and lighting mostly too.
Makes sense. Yeah, honestly, one of the things I thought you were gonna say, like that a lot of it went to that costume. So yeah.
Oh no. Oh, some of the pieces did go into some of the costume, but a lot of that I already had.
Yeah.
From previous Halloweens.
Fair, yeah. And so then in that case, did you dress up as like a goat for Halloween once?
No, it was a gorilla costume at first.
Yeah, we purchased the goat mask for the film, dressed it up a little bit, and attached it to the costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figured it was good improv.
Okay, fair, yeah. And so I guess my next question is, like, as far as that goat mask, like, was that just what was available, like, at the store, or
No,
what?
we did want the goat man.
Yeah, Goat Man, because we've always seen videos on YouTube, you know, like those top 10 scariest clips, and one of them
Fair.
would be a Goat Man or ghosts or something. But I figured it'd be fun to include that, a little bit of a, I don't know, Easter egg to people that like those monster videos.
Yeah.
Right. Fair, yeah. So yeah, and so I do know that Tripped Out Terror was not the original title for it. Wasn't it gonna be called like A Trip in the Woods or something like that?
Yeah,
That was the working title.
that was the
Yeah.
working title. We wanted to shorten it down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and A Trip in the Woods, it just sounds like a very generic horror title.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, yeah. We wanted something that stands out a bit more and got straight to the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, you know, with a title like Tripped Out Terror, it definitely tells you what kind of movie that you are watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gives you a little hint.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and so I guess to some of the audience watching out there, I actually have a role in the movie, and
Two
and
roles.
yeah,
Yes.
and what I remember about that day, I remember on that day like that I tried out like for this one play, but I didn't get the play on that day. But on that same day, when I didn't get that, I happened to have been filming my scenes for Tripped Out Terror.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I really didn't have time like to dwell on the rejection.
Well, cool.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
glad that was helpful then.
yeah, help you move on into the acting process.
Yeah.
I'm still sorry you didn't get that part, man. That did suck to hear.
Well, rejection's just part of
Oh,
the
that's right.
when you're in the business like that. So.
Oh, it is, yeah. I mean, it's something that you really, truly do need to develop a very thick skin about because, you know, you're not going to get every single role out there. But
Oh
the
yeah.
thing is, you just have to realize that it's usually not anything personal. I mean, usually it just means that you were not right for the part. And yeah, and I was told the reason why I didn't get that part was because of my long hair, which is ironic because I felt like me having the long hair like added to my character. So
Yeah. I mean, it gives you like room to like, I don't know, if they want you to get a certain hairstyle, that gives you room to do that too.
It's true. Yeah.
And
yeah.
it saves if you have to wear a wig for the certain character too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it does. And I mean, for some movies, you can definitely tell that they're wearing a wig. But I mean, sometimes, though, they can have it be a pretty convincing wig.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that the wigs in Tripped Out Terror were very convincing.
No,
But
I mean,
I think they were effective nonetheless.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Weird Halloween.
Yeah. It's like if you're going to get at Spirit Halloween, it's like, what do you really honestly expect?
Plus, we didn't really have time to dress it up or actually make it look nice.
Yeah, I'm working on a deadline.
Yeah, for the
Not
project.
really. Yeah, like you even said that there were things cut from the movie due to the deadline that you had. And so yeah, so as far as that goes, what was some of the cut content?
Oh, God.
We cut out a whole character.
Oh, yeah?
You remember more of the writing than I do.
Yeah, so the character who has the construction hat and the fluorescent vest first sees the monster in the beginning of the film. He was supposed to be present for the climax, but we couldn't get the scheduling to work. So we just had to write him out of the script.
Yeah, he was supposed to be there for the end and the final little bits of the film. I'm remembering now.
Yeah.
But he had to go pick up his kid, so we just cut him out, and he was cool with it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You are excused. And on top of that, it does suck that his character had to be written out, but I mean, family comes first.
Oh,
Of course, yeah. No, and we still had fun doing what we did. So.
Oh yeah, he loved it too.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And I definitely will not ever forget about just how much fun that I had to film that. And, I mean, considering that it's a vastly different character than any other character I've ever played, knowing that I played somebody like who sells drugs.
Yeah, a random drug dealer.
Yeah.
And then you played the
tree hugger.
Yeah, the tree hugging hippie that gets killed.
Yes.
But yeah, what I definitely will never forget about the hippie was that at that time I was dealing with some back problems and then having to be tied to that tree.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I didn't realize it was that rough on you.
Oh, that's all right. But hey, I mean, it just shows just how resilient that I am, knowing that I persisted on.
Gotta do what you can for the film process, I guess.
Exactly, yeah. Like, I have heard of stories like of actors going through even worse things than that. Like, I believe when Leonardo DiCaprio filmed The Revenant, like, there was a scene like where he actually legitimately cut himself on the.
I remember reading an article about that.
So yeah, so knowing that he actually bled for his role.
A lot of people get it worse sometimes. I remember hearing about the Three Stooges and a lot of their incidents that ended up with them getting major injuries.
Never heard about that, but I mean, of course, it should come to no surprise that I've heard that all the Jackass people, of course, have gone through pretty crazy stuff just for our own entertainment.
Yeah, Jackass definitely. Especially when I met Steve-O, I saw him pour lemon juice right in his eyes. God.
Funny. Yeah, really funny. Really funny you say that because I actually also was there, and I definitely do remember that. I'm like, oh, that had to hurt.
A snake too.
Say what? Sorry.
Didn't he have a snake handler there with him too? I remember a snake for some instant.
I definitely don't remember that, but
that might be a different celebrity I met. I don't know.
But yeah, what I do remember is that when he was there, he was saying that I do understand that most of you are here. It's because you're most familiar with my work on Jackass, and so then he figured it would help to sell his show more if he did something Jackass like.
Yeah.
So then he poured the lemon juice into his eyes. I'm like, oh,
It was fun though at the time.
that it was. And especially considering that I believe right around the time of Jackass 3, which was about a few years before that, was when he finally started to sober up. And then once he sobered up, he started to realize all the stuff that he was doing.
He still got paid to do it nonetheless.
I was gonna say, I think the worst thing that happened when we were filming is Joey stepped in some poop.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy about that.
Well, yeah. I mean, talk about a pretty crappy situation. Was it like deer poop or something?
I think it was dog poop, honestly. Somebody left it on the trail.
That always really irks me. It is that when people don't pick up after their own pet.
It's not hard.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that hard, but to some people it is, I guess.
I really wish they would leave like a little bag system at that park. But moving on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so out of all scenes that you filmed, which scene was the most fun to film?
I feel like the climax was the best.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun running around.
Especially when we got Joey out there with my proton pack replica.
I had a lot of fun filming the stalking portions.
Yeah, where the creature's just watching them through the woods.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. And then
there's a portion at the beginning where a victim has been gored by the creature, and you get to see just a little bit of the gore shot, and that was really fun to film too.
I wish we would have included more of those, but we didn't have enough time.
Oh yeah.
It would have ended up being like a 30-minute movie then.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hey, knowing that there are filmmakers like who will take their movie and they'll have it be a short first, and then they'll turn it into a feature-length film.
That would be great. Like later down the line, once we got like a better camera and maybe a better budget,
good actors,
No, we can keep some of the same actors, but maybe get a better schedule going.
I think maybe somebody taller to play the creature would be good.
Yeah, maybe definitely a better costume for the creature.
Which is funny you say that because I actually do know of an actor like who's nearly 8 feet tall.
Oh damn!
So yeah,
we had a big tall guy.
He was 6'5", yeah.
That we wanted to actually play it, but he wouldn't fit into the costume.
Yeah, the costume did not fit him at all. We did not have time.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have time to refit it or make a new one.
Yeah.
That sucks. I mean, hey, it's one of those things you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, just improvise and move on.
Yeah, exactly. And so then in that case, say for argument's sakes, if you were given a budget of millions and millions of dollars, and if you could cast like big name actors in all of the roles,
oh god,
who would you cast?
I kind of want to see Will Ferrell in Dan's role. That'd be kind of fun.
Will Ferrell is the main character?
That'd be kind of fun.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
But are we talking like modern day Will Ferrell or like in his prime?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Hey, if it's Will Ferrell, if he's in the movie at some capacity, that makes it great. I don't know.
I'm thinking, get the creature, good old Skarsgård.
Oh, Justin Long would be great. Justin Long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know, fucking David Harbour.
David Harbour?
No, I can't remember his name right now.
David Smolshin?
No.
Some David.
He's a big David. He's really big right now.
Who would you cast as Roger's role? Denzel.
David Howard Thornton.
David Howard Thornton.
Yeah, I can see
as the creature.
Yes.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah, that right there is perfect casting.
And Roger's role, I don't know.
Danny Glover.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, I genuinely don't know on that one because I feel like he could be played by so many different people.
Yeah, you could be played by anybody, honestly.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought of this. What I think would be really cool if he was played by Idris Elba.
That'd be fun. That could be cool.
It could be fun.
Who would play Lauren's role of the surveyor?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, yeah.
Kevin Hart. Yeah.
That would be funny. I mean, changing race, but I can see it, yeah.
Yeah, it could work.
Mm-hmm.
They're the same height. That's what matters.
Yep, it's the
Yeah,
height
yeah.
for me and the energy, and I think that Kevin Hart has both.
Hey, and
Yeah.
he's already
Oh,
worked.
yeah.
He's already worked with Will Ferrell.
Exactly. Yeah, we're going with
Exactly.
the comedy angle here. No, I think that would be good.
So yeah,
We wanted to
might
have
as well,
a
right?
creepy old man, but we never got a creepy old man.
Yeah, you know, from like Pet Cemetery that says "Don't go down that road."
Yeah.
You'll find nothing down that road.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, and especially after seeing him in that recent movie he did, Long Legs.
Oh, yeah, that's a good movie.
Definitely, yeah.
It's creepy.
Oh, it is, especially his performance. I mean, I honestly didn't even know that was him at first. Like, it wasn't until later on, like, when I got further into the movie was when I finally realized that's Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yeah. What did it for you? Was it the screaming in the car?
I think so, yeah. And,
Yeah.
But yeah, spoilers for people who haven't seen it. The part that made my jaw drop when I saw it in theaters was when he was bashing his head on the table.
Yeah, that part was brutal to watch.
Yeah, I'm like, oh gosh.
I'm kind of excited to see what he does when he plays Spider-Man again.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah. So, say for argument's sakes, let's say that a big budget remake of Tripped Out Terror, let's say for argument's sakes that Ethan didn't direct it, and if he could get like a big name director to helm it, who would you pick?
I know he's not really big time anymore, but Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith, yeah.
I think he could be fun. I feel like he would do it anyways, regardless.
Mhm, I think he would do it justice.
He's really nice.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, concerning what I've heard about him, I mean, come to no surprise considering that he was in the music video for Because I Got High.
Oh, yeah.
I have heard that he's a pretty big pothead, so for him to do Tripped Out Terror, he more than likely would.
He stopped smoking recently. Right now, I heard he just drinks a little.
Oh, I have no idea.
Anything though.
Yeah, he's got bad heart.
Score. What would you do with the score?
Ooh, the score. Who would? Oh God, that's a good question.
Maybe either John Carpenter or maybe his son Cody.
Yeah, Cody Carpenter could do a great score, especially with the way he does his guitar riffs.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, considering that, considering that you actually did use John Carpenter-like music in the movie anyway, so.
I did my best to try to find some good examples.
I mean,
of,
I feel like if you could get anybody, I would love to see Wendy Carlos get on it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Good score.
Yeah, I think she's retired, but it would be cool.
That's fair. I mean,
I actually don't know very much about her, but
Danny Elfman could do a fun one. I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's great at anything, though.
That's true.
Yeah, and I mean, considering that, in my opinion, out of all Batman themes, I think that his Batman theme is the best one that we have ever had.
I think it's the most iconic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
They reused it for when they filmed Justice League for Batman scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so if you could pick any big name actor to play any of my characters.
Ooh. Well.
Yeah, so initially when we were writing the script, it was going to be a big group that was going out on a camping trip, not just the one guy. The drug dealer was going to go. There was going to be a couple friends.
Budget constraints.
Yep.
You were more the brains in the writing process than I was. I was just filming it. It was just my project.
No, you're good. Kevin Smith.
You want Kevin Smith?
Yeah.
Get Jason Mewes.
Jason, yeah.
Jason Lee would be better.
Fair.
He'd be fun.
Yeah. Even I'm trying to come up with some names.
Maybe Seth Rogen.
I almost actually.
Yeah, Seth. Yeah,
wearing the same outfit and everything.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it's just the thought of it being Seth Rogen. It just makes me laugh.
It could be fun.
Trying to think, who would I get? Maybe I'm thinking about this because I'm looking at my signed Ghostface mask signed by him. But I have 2 ideas.
Matthew Lillard?
Yep, him. And the other idea I thought of, David Arquette.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, would you get David Arquette as like the drug dealer or as the hippie?
I could see him more maybe as maybe Matthew Lillard as the hippie, and then Kent as the drug dealer.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd just be fun to see him in a Shaggy outfit again.
Yeah. And I mean, heck, a lot of people say that when he played Shaggy, a lot of people say that he essentially did play a pothead anyway. So
yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what Shaggy's based on.
pretty much.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, considering that he always has the munchies and the color of his shirt.
He's eating dog food, man. He's really high.
Yeah, definitely. It's like you would have to be really high if you're going to be eating dog food.
I mean, it must be good dog food, I guess.
Yeah. So have you 2 ever thought about doing a sequel?
Yeah,
definitely. Just waiting for some bills to be paid and for
and the
more
scripting
time.
process, and figuring out, do we want to do a higher budget? What kind of stuff do we want to do with the special effects? All of it.
Yeah, we're wondering if we want to do a sequel. We're wondering if we're doing a sequel right now or just doing a straight up different project.
Yeah,
because there's kind of 2 scripts up in work right now. It's a sequel and something else that I don't really want to talk about because I'm not done with it.
Fair, yeah. Yeah, fair. And I mean, as far as sequels go, I mean, ultimately, people in the business, they have to do what they can just to make ends meet. But I also can't understand getting burnt out, on doing so many sequels.
I'm kind of just waiting for the winter break right now with the end of my college classes so I can really focus on finishing one of the scripts at least.
Yeah.
Which is fair, yeah. And I mean, a lot of times, with scripts, I mean, especially if you want it as good as you possibly can, it's not going to be an overnight thing.
Oh, God, no. It takes a few
All good things
months
take
at
time.
least.
Good things take time.
Yeah.
Certainly, yeah.
It took a lot less time than I thought just to finish the movie than...
Yeah, than you expected. Yeah. But
I feel like
I don't know, we put a lot of hours into it.
Yeah, 57 some hours editing. That's what it felt like.
Like there were a lot of all-nighters.
Yeah, and
editing on the school's computers than it was mine because mine's a little old.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the issue I've had with making my third Things That Piss Me Off movies, that I thought I was going to have it done in 2023, but, just so many issues kept on coming up. So, yeah, I totally get it,
Yeah, I mean...
a lot of stuff can come up.
And it's just part of, learning and figuring out how to even make movies in the beginning.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Who knew scheduling and time management was a big part of it.
One of the biggest pieces of it, yeah.
Especially when you want to include a lot of your friends in the process, you have to figure out when they're working and when they have to go to school, yada yada. I mean, it's fun to figure it out.
I was gonna say, if you're doing, a full time, everybody you're working with is doing it full time, that's one thing. But when you're doing it on a small scale like this, it gets difficult. There's a lot of extra wrenches that get thrown in.
Yeah, especially when you need it done by a certain time.
Yeah.
Yeah, which it makes sense why you had to cut so much, because you just didn't have time, and I mean, that does happen for a lot of movies, where a lot of things get cut due to time, or either that, or they want one actor for said role, but it's just not working for their schedules. There'll be scheduling conflicts, and I believe that's what happened. When they were making Raiders of the Lost Ark, originally Harrison Ford wasn't going to do it originally.
Oh,
damn!
Oh, we got out.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. But yeah.
The whole stream for a second there.
Damn.
But yeah. It originally was going to be Tom Selleck, and Tom Selleck wanted to do it, but he was too busy filming some other show at that time. I believe it was Magnum PI.
That sounds about right. Honestly, it was very popular at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was forced to miss out on Indiana Jones, and I can't help but feel like that's one of the things he's best known for is being almost Indiana Jones.
Just think in an alternate universe he is.
Right.
Yeah, and I actually saw that somebody did a deep fake like of Tom Selleck on Harrison Ford's face like during one of the Indiana Jones movies. It was weird. It was so weird, and it just makes you think, what if?
Right? Would the costume have been any different if like he actually went through with it, or would it just be the same thing? Like
from my understanding, his costume would have been the exact same like as what Harrison Ford had. So
I can't imagine him with a mustache though.
I can't either, but yet I can also imagine in that alternate universe, say if Tom Selleck did get it, I can imagine we would be saying that about Harrison Ford, like, oh, I can't see it being Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Oh man, that would suck. I love Harrison Ford.
Yeah, definitely. And from what I heard, George didn't want Harrison Ford. It's because he already worked with him on American Graffiti and then again on Star Wars, and he didn't want to have to keep reusing him over and over again.
Feels like his go-to actor at that point.
Yeah, but for more reasons than one, he ended up being Indiana Jones again.
Yeah, it was perfect, honestly. Imagine if he got Mark Hamill to do it.
That would have been interesting.
I don't think he couldn't have done it. It would just be different. Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. And people were saying that, oh, it's too weird to imagine Luke Skywalker as the Joker. But honestly, out of all voices of the Joker, he's by far the best one that we've ever had.
Oh yeah, by far the most iconic too.
Yeah, it's like I do get why he retired. It's because that Kevin unfortunately passed away, but it just doesn't feel the same.
I mean, Troy Baker does a good impression of Mark Hamill's Joker, so there's that, I guess.
Yeah, certainly. And also, funny how Jesse mentioned David Howard Thornton, because honestly, he does a pretty good job too.
Yeah, I saw his video he put up.
Yeah, and it even went viral a while ago, like saying that David wants to be the Joker in a live action movie. I'm like, yes, make that happen.
I hope James Gunn sees those tweets and at least gives him
gives him a chance.
Yeah, give him a chance to
give him an audition.
Yeah, exactly. It's like at least give him the audition. It's because that really would come full circle for him. It's because that one of his first acting roles he was talking about was actually to be Mickey Mouse. But yeah, he was saying that. He was saying that he played Mickey Mouse in like a school play, and that was his first acting role. And now he's going to play Mickey Mouse like in one of the Mickey Mouse horror movies. So,
oh really? I didn't even hear about that.
That's great.
Yeah, it's coming out in like January, I think. Yeah.
Do you know which specific one? Because I know there's a lot coming out right now.
Which makes sense. I mean, since that Steamboat Willie's now public domain, I believe it's called Screamboat.
Screamboat. Okay, yeah, I've heard about that one. I know they got one where he's like a little animated one that runs around killing people.
And honestly, I'm really not surprised. As soon as that became PD, that what do? They make a bunch of horror movies about it.
Yeah.
Hey, give it 10 years, man. You're gonna get public domain Batman movies and then Superman movies.
Yep, and and I also saw that Popeye is going public domain in January, and what did it announce? A Popeye horror movie.
It's gonna be fun to see all the ones that come out, just of every character.
Yeah, it's like a rite of passage, I think.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just a shame that we won't ever live to see a Sonic the Hedgehog horror movie, because considering that Sonic wasn't created until 1991, so.
Oh, 91, damn, okay.
I don't know, I might live to see it.
There's a possibility we could.
Fingers crossed I'm going to live to see that.
I mean, yeah, fingers crossed, or either that, or they do some legal loopholes. I mean, they probably just can't call him Sonic.
Yeah, maybe just make some obscure references to him.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, on that, if you could take advantage of any public domain property, regardless if it's horror or not, what would you take advantage of and why?
Oh man, that's a good one. Do you have anyone off the top of your head? I don't want to just come out and just say Batman, but it would be Batman.
Well, he said public domain property, right?
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
do you mean future public domain ones or like now?
either one.
I guess he was currently public domain.
I was gonna say
Don't mind me.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse, Winnie the Pooh. Yeah,
Rosie
Felix
the
the
Riveter.
cat.
Rosie the Riveter.
Yes.
That could be fun.
Yeah, that's my pick.
Okay, and you would pick that one. Why?
Because she doesn't have like a cannon. She's just a poster. So there's a lot you could do with that. And I think it would be fun to turn her into a superhero parody.
Sherlock Holmes would be fun. He's essentially Batman just in a suit.
That's true.
Yeah, and I believe even Zorro is in the public domain, and Zorro actually was one of the inspirations for Batman. So
That would be a good one to do, honestly, because Zorro was a fantastic film I watched when I was a kid, the Antonio Banderas one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
But
trying
yeah,
to
you
remember all the
definitely
public
could do
domain
that.
characters right now.
But yeah, Zorro, I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that being turned into a horror film.
He could do it in a certain way. I'm trying to figure out what it would be. Ooh, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That'd be a fun one to
That
do.
would be a fun one to do.
Yep.
Do the split personalities.
Yeah.
So many things you could just do with that.
Yeah, just with that.
Different camera angles for different things. Dracula.
Mhm.
Sorry, I am still just going through a whole list of the characters that are.
Oh, it's okay. But yeah, Dracula definitely is in the public domain. Since that the original book, since that the book went into the public domain, like the 1950s or 60s, I think.
Yeah, you're right there. I think I would personally would like to do the Phantom of the Opera.
Yep, and that is in the public domain. It's just that the iconic Broadway show,
Right.
that is not, and so
what
you
would
would
it look like when
keep
you
that
did
in
it?
mind.
It would look still very steampunky. Still a little kind of like the Lon Chaney one, but I want to do something different.
How so?
Don't question me. I'm not going to tell you right now.
All right.
He loves lasagna and he hates Mondays.
Oh god.
That's funny. But yeah, I just thought of this since that when Winnie the Pooh went PD and they turned that into a horror movie, what I think would be funny is if you took Winnie the Pooh and then you made him into like a really buff action hero.
That could be funny. He'd just basically just be the Rock in a Winnie the Pooh outfit.
Yeah, exactly. That would be funny.
Set in like the modern day would be interesting.
And make him a hero.
Yeah, exactly.
At that point.
The only thing he does is like
Eats theater
scare
people.
people.
I thought he eats people.
Maybe he eats people. I don't know. He just like hangs out in one spot and is creepy.
Yeah, and then he tries to lure a woman to fall in love with him.
Yeah, it is creepy. That's
Yeah,
what I
pretty
said.
fucking creepy. He's brutally scarred too on the
I was
face.
gonna say in some continuities he's like literally just like deformed and like physically disabled. So like,
Or he got acid thrown on his face like Two-Face.
yeah, who knows? He's a spin on the Hunchback of Notre Dame. If the Hunchback was evil,
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of other really funny scenarios you could put Winnie the Pooh in. Oh wait, since you made Tripped Out Terror, just imagine if you put Winnie the Pooh in like a Jay and Silent Bob like situation.
I could rework the whole animal world so it'd just be like real life. Like
Yeah.
Oh my god, that could be really funny.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I hate to say like Shrek, but I feel like Shrek did it best, kind of.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's
Yeah,
my-
definitely. But yeah, Shrek definitely won't be going public domain in our lifetime, at least. So
No. Fingers crossed. We're getting Shrek 5 in 2 years. Calm down.
Shrek the book.
Oh yeah, Shrek the book could be public domain. That's a
Shrek.
But yeah,
the book.
I
Let me look
believe
at that
Shrek.
year.
I believe Shrek the book. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that came out in like the 1990s. I believe.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. It's Shrek !
No, it's Shrek the book.
It's by William Steig.
1990.
Yeah, so
So we have to
Not
wait
enough
70
time.
years. Another 70 years, maybe.
fingers
We'll live to
crossed.
see it.
Fingers
I-
crossed I live to see it. I don't know.
I hope that I will. I definitely hope that I will live for that long.
Right? Public domain horror Shrek. That'd be cool.
Oh god, that would be cool.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And I mean, heck, like Shrek
Shrek
definitely is
not
perfect.
doing murders.
Sorry,
yeah,
what did you say?
Oh yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, Shrek definitely would be absolutely perfect.
There's so many weird ways you could take that, especially in a horror genre.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
He's after a young woman so he can turn her into an ogre against her will.
Hey, buddy. Oh, you want to go?
Hi,
on?
yeah.
You know, she wants to say hi.
You want to say hi?
Hi, yeah.
Bud. Yes.
Say
we
hi,
all love
Marley.
you. You're so
Hi,
sweet.
yeah.
Yes.
Hi, yeah.
He almost had a role.
Yeah, next movie he's having a role, and hopefully I have a little cameo too.
Yeah.
Aw, cute.
Yeah, we did.
Hi, yeah.
So cute. We love you. We do, man. Yes.
Marley, say hi.
You say hi to the people over there? Look.
Somebody
No.
looks spoiled.
Look at the dog. There's a dog, JC.
There's a dog. over
Somebody
there.
looks spoiled
He does
rotten.
not understand.
He does not get it. He usually barks when he sees a dog on screen, so he figured if he saw himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair, yeah. But yeah, so. But yeah, and I mean, ever since that Winnie the Pooh horror movie came out, I mean, I really feel like that got people to take advantage more like of the public domain.
Yeah. People would see it as a good way to at least get their name out there while using somebody's idea, but with a new twist. It's still creative. It's just, I don't know. If the public wants to see it, that's what they're gonna make.
That's true.
Yeah,
Don't blame them
exactly.
for that.
And then on top of that, it's also nice to know that you don't. It's also nice to know that when it's public domain, you obviously don't have to pay anything for it.
Oh gosh, no. All you have to really figure out is just like what you're gonna do with it, what it's gonna look like, and how it's gonna look on camera.
Yeah, and I think I even heard someone's gonna make a Mickey Mouse versus Winnie the Pooh horror movie. I'm like, I'm not surprised.
And that'll be fun.
I kept hearing rumors they wanted to do another Jason versus somebody, but I don't know if it'll be Freddy because Robert Englund's getting too old.
Yeah, it's a real shame, and you know, and at this point, it's been nearly it has been 15 years ever since the last Friday the 13th movie. I mean, I was a freshman in high school at that time.
I feel like the rights are still up in the air for some reason. They're still disputing it, but somehow the video game got made, and that's still available.
Yeah, and so that's my current understanding is that the movie rights, like who can and can't make a movie, is up in the air. But yeah, they have been able to make video games and all this other stuff. But yeah,
Merchandise is still alive.
oh definitely, yeah. And I mean, they have to make ends meet somehow.
I get it. It's just I hope to see another Friday the 13th soon, at least.
Yeah, exactly. Because it really was a missed opportunity in 2013. Like, 2013 was like the perfect year to have a new movie out, and they missed that.
I did like the 2009 one. It wasn't bad. It's not the original, but it's definitely Friday the 13th once you boil it down.
Oh yeah, Certainly so. And yeah, so say if you were asked to helm a new Friday the 13th, what would you do?
Oh man, that's really hard to put on paper right now to say.
And as Jason, who would you want to get?
Who would you get for Jason? Honestly,
Jason Momoa.
Jason? No, not Jason. I mean, that could be funny, honestly, but that would entail that he has like a take off the mask part and you see his face at
No.
least.
No, just for his body.
Just for his body, okay.
Mhm.
Oh. Mm. Who's the guy on Umbrella Academy? The big guy.
Oh yeah.
Tom Hopper. Is that his name? I don't know. Who would you cast as the main victim or character or whoever?
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
I could see that working, honestly.
Yep.
I'm trying to think who else. Sydney Sweeney. That would be fun.
Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
Like modern day.
Modern day.
Yeah, modern day Sigourney Weaver.
I mean, that's a choice. That's a choice.
I don't know where she would be, but she's in there.
She plays Jason's mom this time.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That yeah.
I can see that working.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mom
Definitely.
is alive still, actually.
Oh no, it could be flashbacks and stuff
Oh, that's true too.
to reintroduce.
Ooh,
the character.
yeah, do some deeper lore.
Yeah, reintroduce the character to the main audience that hasn't seen her in a long time.
Yeah, I like that.
Give it the Halloween 2018 treatment.
Yeah. I do like that.
You broke my proton pack.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's just, this piece falls off anyway. It's only held in by glue.
And for
Well, hey, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
the proton pack was a very fun part of the movie.
Yeah, coming back to that, I just had it because I did a costume for Halloween. And I made a replica and figured it'd be fun to include it, but not honestly say what it was in the movie.
Yeah.
Pretty much you can tell what it is if you've seen the movie. And it's the same effects and sound effects.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's not that really inconspicuous.
It's fun. I like it.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, I definitely hope that you're not gonna get sued by Sony.
I feel like
I doubt it. I think it'll be fine.
No, it was a student film. They have nothing to gain.
I was
from
gonna
this.
say it doesn't feature as a huge part of the movie. It's an Easter egg, so I think that's still fair use. It's not like you're charging people to watch a movie.
No, not at all.
That is true. Yeah. Definitely
It says in
is
the title.
true.
Yeah.
It says in the title, student film.
Yeah. It's free on YouTube. Go look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And I play not just one character, but two. So
So,
So yeah, and so I guess that about does it. But yeah,
wrap her up.
but yeah, and so is there anything upcoming for either of you that you would want to plug in?
I would say just keep an eye out on my channel for something coming out maybe in the spring.
Look for some shorter projects.
Yes, definitely gonna keep it maybe 10 minutes or 5 minutes for the next few things. Just to work on some experimental stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair.
But I hope to have you involved in some of the projects while you're still in town.
We're gonna also get other local people involved.
Yeah, we got a new costuming guy that can help and makeup person. So hopefully the next production that we go all out on will be a lot more worth it.
Even more exciting and more watchable.
Better
Awesome.
cameras too.
Yeah, well, hey, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I mean, everybody has to start from somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's always good to get your foot in the door and get your work out there in any capacity.
Yeah, exactly. And
It was
so
a good time, and it's still a good time. So
definitely, yeah. And so, if you two could give anybody advice, like to break into the industry of entertainment, what would your advice be?
try to do something with local people to dip your toe in, see what you like to do, and go from there.
Just
I would
start
say.
making something.
Yeah, make something.
Because once you start making the early on crappier things, and then not to
I
sound
was
like,
gonna say you get the experience from
Yeah.
working with small time
Yep.
stuff. You learn what you like, what you don't like, what you're good at, that kind of stuff.
the sooner you get started on it, the better, honestly.
Yeah.
It's okay to be afraid.
Yeah, you're gonna make mistakes, and it's not gonna be easy at sometimes,
Mhm.
but other times it'll just line up right, and
Yeah.
you might get what you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah, big. Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, it's all just a part of the process, I mean, you will make mistakes, but it's just a matter of if you're going to be willing to learn from it.
Right.
Yes, you have to be willing to learn.
Yeah, just
Every
don't
day.
expect the first thing you're gonna make is gonna be like Oppenheimer or
Yeah.
the Barbie movie.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
Or Pulp Fiction.
yeah.
Yeah, and I could definitely say that my feature length movie is definitely no Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
No.
No. I guess I should say I do have a painting going up in the Kirk's Grocery Gallery.
That's true.
In Billings,
Awesome.
Montana.
It's true.
Two
You are
paintings.
an artist, and your art is for sale.
Yeah, it will be up there in between the end of November to the start of January.
Awesome, yeah. And so to all the locals in Billings, Montana,
Stop
definitely
by
go
and
check that out. Yeah.
Yeah, Kirk's Grocery.
Awesome. Well, yeah. Thank you two for coming by, and I'll be sure to leave a link in the description, like for people to follow you both on Instagram, and I also will leave a link for people to check out Tripped Out Terror.
Thank
Excellent.
you so much. Thanks for having us. It was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, certainly. You all have a fantastic day.
You as well, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, of course. You as well.